Abby, can you hear her?
There you go. Okay. You can hear now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So my name is Kelly, and I'm a child life specialist at Goryeb Children's Hospital. My job is to help kids understand what happens at the hospital and make it a little bit easier for them to be there. So I've known Ryder since he was...
3 or 2?
2.
You probably don't remember, do you?
Yeah.
Meeting me?
Yeah,
I
I
remember.
I remember the band we did together.
Yes, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember when we all hanged out in the room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
So I'm here today to talk about, I heard that Ryder's been sharing a little bit about his hospital experience, right?
Yep.
So
Even
what
in
have
a
you told your friends?
He told us that he had cancer.
That's true.
Yeah, he did actually.
Yeah.
That's true.
What kind? Do you want me to tell him what kind?
Sure.
He had blood cancer,
Right.
I know
And you were
that.
just about to say the word. Do you remember what it is?
leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
My
Exactly.
dad told me that.
But what is leukemia?
I don't know.
Leukemia is something that can make you very sick, and
Mhm.
you can almost die from it.
And it actually makes you have a port.
And you had a port. So
Yeah.
can I talk a little bit about what leukemia is about our cells?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are all made up of cells. Cells are little teeny building blocks that we can't see with our eyes. You need a microscope to see them.
Yeah.
Or you can see them when they come together. So our skin cells come together and make our skin. Our muscle cells come together and make our muscles. We have some really important cells coming together inside of our heads. What might those be?
Here, I got
Brain.
Brain cells, you're right.
see,
And then we have blood cells. We do have veins, and I'll talk, you guys are
Yeah, that's
way ahead. Wow.
Can I go on people?
What?
Can you go on people?
Sure. So we have 3 different kinds of cells in our blood. The first, which I told you,
he's a cookie.
is not a cookie. It's a white blood cell. Now the white blood cell's job is to be the police. So when the white blood cells get a message that there are germs in the body, like a cold, your white blood cells go and they fight off those germs and make your cold go away. Then we have,
The bad one.
nope,
Freeze.
this is a red blood cell. Did you want to say something?
You can talk.
Okay. So a red blood cell is responsible for oxygen. Oxygen is in the air that we breathe, and our bodies need oxygen to work. So everybody take a big breath in and breathe out. When you do that, your red blood cells hold it up,
Work.
grab that oxygen from the blood and take it all over your body so that your muscles have oxygen so they can keep you standing. Your brains have oxygen so that they can think. Your stomachs have oxygen so they can digest your breakfast. Okay. And then we have,
Cookie.
Cook more cookies.
those are platelets. They're sticky cells. See how they're stuck together?
Yeah. Cookies. Cookies.
Stuck together?
More cookies.
So platelets make us stop bleeding. When you scrape your knee, your platelets get a message that you're bleeding, and they rush to that scrape, and they stop your bleeding, and they form a scab. Then when you pick that scab, what happens?
It doesn't come to the rescue.
What happens?
It's bleeding.
It bleeds again, and your platelets have to do the job again. Yeah, exactly. So these are the cells that are supposed to be in your blood. Now, in Ryder's case, he had some cells that don't look like those, right?
Yeah.
They're shaped funny.
Yeah.
These are the leukemia cells, and they don't have a job to do. All they do is get in the way, make these guys not work.
Ding, ding, ding. Take down 2 points.
So when we found out that Ryder had leukemia, we knew that he needed to get medicine for it. Do you know the word for that, all that medicine? Do you
Oh, I
remember?
forget that.
One thing that we say, you were coming to the hospital for chemo?
Yeah, chemo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
Chemo.
chemo.
Mm-hmm.
Birdie.
Chemotherapy is a big word, and a lot of medicines fall under that category.
And there was a room that
Birdie
really,
room.
yeah, there was a room in the hospital that I didn't really,
Birdie room.
I didn't like at all.
Birdie.
It
You
was called
did not.
Birdie
Birdie
room.
room.
And there, so
It's basically
me and mom
like
would come in
surgery.
and they would give me a medicine and I would fall asleep. Of course, I would cry.
So it's technically like surgery.
And-
Close
And and sometimes they give a flu shot on the back of me.
Yeah, he got a
Yeah,
time.
Okay.
A shot. It's not
So
a
do you want me to
flu
explain
shot.
a little bit about what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so the
Dad looks
medicine, first of all-
worried about this.
yeah.
He looks a little worried.
Well, the first thing you need to know is
Yes.
that the leukemia is gone and Ryder is all done taking his medicine. But it's taken a long time to get that way. So Ryder started coming to us when he was 2, and he just finished his treatment a couple months ago, right? Mhm. And his treatment, that chemotherapy, was given in lots of different ways. So Ryder mentioned his port before. So that medicine, that chemotherapy, it had to go into his blood. So somebody over here talked about veins a minute ago.
I showed
What did
them
you wanna
the
say?
vein here.
I would take a seat and I too.
Yeah.
Here's a vein.
So you're right. If you look at the back of your arm, you see your veins, right? So your veins go all through your body and they're kind of like roads, and your blood travels through your veins. So we knew that we needed to get that medicine into Ryder's veins, but we didn't want him to have to get needles into his veins all the time.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not
Yeah,
that's not
it's
easy.
not- So
Sometimes I
well-
leave early to go get that.
So we got a
Blood
porty.
Right. So he had
A port.
a little port, which was it right about here?
It was right here.
Right there?
Yeah, right
And it was a little circle like this, and I didn't bring a picture of it today because I didn't know we'd be talking about it. I'm sorry.
And it was a mountain, like a little mountain.
Right. It looks
Yeah.
kind of like a
I don't want
doorbell.
you to tell. I don't want to tell the name we called it.
You don't have to.
Because
Yeah.
it's kind of it's private.
It would
That's okay.
Yeah.
too private.
So that
It's
port,
inappropriate for school. That's how I explain it.
so that port was under Ryder's skin right here, and it had a little tube that went into his vein. So the medicine went into that port, and then into his vein, and towards his heart, and his heart pumped it through his body, and that medicine was able to go all through his blood and get rid of those leukemia cells.
where we hated.
Well, that's a little different. I'll talk about that in just a second. Do you have a question?
In your body, you really need circulation.
You're right. Circulation is how that blood moves around. You're right. And circulation is how that chemotherapy got all over Ryder's blood and was able to get rid of all those leukemia cells.
Rebecca.
I have a wax on my ear and I almost got my ear off and then I had to go to the hospital.
Excuse
Wow.
me. Is this supposed to be a puzzle piece? Because it's
No.
not going in.
Not a puzzle piece. So the other way that Ryder got medicine is, so when he talks about the birdie room, that's when he had to get medicine to make him sleep so that the doctors could give him medicine using a needle and he wouldn't feel it. Okay, and he did not like getting that sleeping medicine.
Oh yeah.
Let's put the cookie down.
Did it taste bad?
So Ryder, can you tell them what you didn't like about the sleeping medicine?
No, I cannot.
The only part is when it happens, like my whole entire body feels like really buzzy, and then I fall asleep, and I didn't like it.
It feels
Some
like
people don't like that feeling.
It feels like when you're getting surgery. I had surgery
Guess
before,
what?
but I forget what it was for.
I actually had a surgery for my port getting.
Yeah, two
Right, so
times.
Ryder doesn't need that port anymore, so it's gone.
Yeah.
So now he went through all of this and got all this medicine. He also took medicine by mouth at home,
Yeah.
right? And he did a really, really good job with that.
Sometimes it did taste good at all.
That's true. And when you were 2, it was a little challenging to get you to take it.
Yeah. It was,
But
Yeah,
you-
sometimes
but
it
you
tastes
learned.
good.
But you learned,
You-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
want to drink double bottle.
you could die.
And
Sometimes can you get it again?
so
Yeah,
that's
you-
a good
He
question.
took it every night.
So we know that Ryder got all his medicine that he needed and that his leukemia is gone. And the doctors watch very carefully and he sees us for follow-up. So he still comes into the hospital once a month to see us.
Yep.
Just to make sure everything's good.
He always gets the prize.
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, because
Adrian.
So
Adrian the bunny. I brought him here.
you did.
Yeah.
you want to go get it?
Sure.
Well, how about we finish talking first?
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a treasure chest at the hospital because every time Ryder comes in, he pretty much every time gets a needle stick, right? Is that true?
Stop doing that!
What's going on? That's the problem.
Very distracting.
It's not those.
So there are a couple of really important things I need you guys to know about leukemia and cancer, okay? The first is that we don't know why Ryder got leukemia. We do know that it's not because of anything that he did or didn't do. It's not because he didn't eat his vegetables.
I ate cucumbers, so
I eat cucumbers. Me and Ryder
We know that it's not because he fought with his brother or his sisters. We know
We
that.
like wrestling.
Yeah, we
Did
wrestle.
you like
That's
wrestling?
true.
I like-
But we know that none of that causes leukemia, okay? We don't know why he got it though. We also know that it's not very common. So most kids won't meet another kid who has leukemia. And the other thing we know is that it's not contagious, so you can't catch it from somebody. It's not like a cold. A cold you could catch from somebody, but leukemia you can't. You can play with somebody with leukemia and you won't catch it. You can sit next to them and you won't catch it.
Like I always played.
Doesn't
with
work
him.
that way.
I always played with him. I never
He
got
played
it.
with me when I had leukemia.
Yeah, I came to the hospital when he was very, very sick. I
You
still
did?
hanged out. I laid next to him.
Right, because it doesn't work that way.
TJ, one time when I was sleeping, John David decided to give me a chocolate bun in
No, yeah, that was you. That was you actually. And then I
No.
woke up and I ate it.
bed. No, that's not how it is. So he put it in bed, opened, and guess what? It actually melted on my back. It looks like
That is the hazard of chocolate in bed.
That comes out of bed.
It's called chocolate bed.
So the other thing we were going to talk a little bit about is what Ryder used to do when he came to the hospital.
Oh yeah, that was.
So he started coming to see us when he was only 2. So he was a lot younger than he is now, right? So back then, we used to spend a lot of time playing, right? We had a band.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
We made our own band. Ryder played the guitar, the Elmo guitar.
Oh yeah, I remember that Elmo
Oh
guitar.
no. It was leveled up. It was actually leveled up.
Was it
Yeah.
red or was
Yeah,
it?
it was the red one.
Okay, I remember. I seen that.